This video shows you how to prepare a bag of fish for transport. We're going to begin with an air freight approved box, and that means it must have written on the bottom the air freight approval number. Even the lid for the box must have that number on it. It's a high density polystyrene box which protects the fish within the box from any extreme temperatures. You also need to start with an absorbency pad, and that's required by law with domestic shipping of fish in Australia. And we also use a box liner just in case there is any spills. Pop the liner in, roll it over the edge of the bag. It just makes it a bit easier when you come to insert the bag of fish. So here we have a bag of fish. You see all the fish? Well, I guess for this video I didn't really need to have actual fish in the bag. Pop the bag in the box, squeeze all the air out, and insert your oxygen tube. Be careful not to damage the plastic bag when you slide the tube down into the bottom of the bag. And how to aerate a bag is covered in another video. One of the main things I want to show you here is how to put a rubber band on the top of the bag. It's called a gooseneck, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. By the way, I've been asked many times, should I be using special oxygen like medical? And the answer to that is simple, no. You can just use the normal oxygen you would use for welding. Medical oxygen is guaranteed not to contain a certain percentage of impurities. That's not necessary for packing fish. We push the tube, the oxygen tube, right into the bottom of the bag, just above the surface of the water. As I said, that's actually covered in an earlier video. So you squeeze all the air out of the bag, so you get the maximum amount of oxygen in the bag. There we go. So now you need to create the gooseneck. And that's simply done by twisting the top of the bag. We twist the top of the bag so that it's really tight, and then push the bag down and pull firmly on that gooseneck that you're about to make so it's nice and thin and really tight twists. Then fold the gooseneck over and then place at least 2 rubber bands across the top of the bag like that. Now we're going to pretend that we don't have a rubber band, that we just have a piece of string. So imagine one side is just a piece of string. You're holding it with one finger here and stretching that rubber band with the other finger. Then wrap the rubber band around the top of the bag many times. Grab a little bit more string and stretch it so you're only wrapping one side of the rubber band around the top of the bag. And then once it's done, a twist over the top, and that's your bag ready to go. Now, at the other end, if you put the rubber band on like this, it's easy for them to take the rubber band off, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But right now, I'm just going to show you one more thing. Take off the twists that aren't being used, so the bag is a little bit softer. Pick the bag up and place it down in the box. And there you go. Ready to put the lid on after we fold the box liner up nice and neat, and then the lid can go on the box ready for taping. Now just so you know, the tape has to go around the top of the box all the way around to the other side, and it also has to go across a third of the box on both sides. So all the way around the box and up the other side. You turn it around and all the way around again, and you can see many boxes being taped up on other videos. So let's just back up a little bit here to how we take the rubber band off. So you grab the tag here, the plastic bag, and the top of the bag here, and twist and pull, and the rubber band will just flick off, usually hitting you right in the eye, so be careful. There you go, that's so easy for when you come to unpack it at the other end, ready to take your fish out. The other way of putting a rubber band on your gooseneck, it's not so easy if you do it this way to unpack the fish, because it's really difficult to get the rubber band off. But you set the rubber band on the side of the bag, and I'll do it at the back so you can see what happens next. And then you grab hold of that rubber band and pull it through itself. Like that. And then wriggle it backwards and forwards to get all that loose bit of rubber band, and then wind that around the bag, and then put the loop over the top. Now when it comes to take that off, when you do it that way, it's a lot more difficult. You've actually got to grab the edge of the rubber band, and that's okay if you've got long fingernails, and then unwind it the same way as it was put on. You can see how much this is a more difficult, problematic way of doing it. So I'll just show you that one more time. I'll make the gooseneck a little bit bigger. Tighten it up, make it a lot bigger so you can see what's going on. And I'll just use one rubber band so it's simpler for you to see. So put your fingers through here, grab hold of that rubber band like that, so you've got it through itself, stretch it backwards and forwards, so you're pulling all that loose rubber band out, and then wind it around the bag, twist, so twist it, and then over the top of the bag. Some people prefer that because maybe they think it's a bit quicker. I don't think it makes any difference. Let me show you the way that I prefer to do it once more. So showing you my method once more, rubber band goes over the top, put your finger on the edge of the rubber band here, pull the two bits tight, and wind one side of the rubber band around the bag. Now let me do that and not talk, and just show you how quick it is. And it's nice and tight, and the job's done. And it's easy for the customer to take that rubber band off, and it hit me, it actually did, hit me fair in the eye. Lucky I was wearing glasses. Now as a final note to wrap up the video on how to put the rubber band on the bag of fish, if you want fish sent from one place to another in Australia, perhaps you're moving or sending fish to a friend, if you contact me directly, I might be able to arrange for it to be sent door to door. And if you need to do that, have a look in the description in the bottom of the video where it tells you how to contact me. That's all for today. I hope that was helpful for you.